Think Tank Graphic Recording, the new inclusive economy in audio and visuals. In May 2023, the new inclusive economy held a virtual think tank, like a think tank. This was about appreciation. From across British Columbia, Canada, we gathered 20 employers from key sectors who are aspiring to be more disability inclusive in their respective employment settings. Our intention for the think tank was coming together to learn and to be inclusive in hiring and employing peoples living with a disability, with the goal of transforming workplaces to be more inclusive, equitable, and learning from best practices. The new Inclusive Economy Research Project asks what leads to meaningful employment and what are promising practices. This graphic recording links those research questions with knowledge translation to share what we've learned so far from an environmental scan, a survey, interviews, and focus groups with employers across a range of organizations. In the environmental scan and in conducting interviews with employers, we asked questions such as, do you have a diversity, equity, and inclusion policy? What supports do you utilize? This allowed us, as the research team, to reach a range of employers from self-employed people to nonprofits, for-profits, small, medium, and large organizations, self-employed, cooperatives. And we found that lived experience is a big motivator for inclusivity. We also heard about intentional hiring practices and written policies which were foundational. Flexible work environments and such policies can help to support and value what each person brings. Some of the quotes from the research include smaller employers, which tend to be more flexible, and having accessible and intentional screening. Across the bottom of the graphic are two individuals having a conversation using American Sign Language, and what they're hearing is that supportive and open communication is key. We heard about some of the supports in communities, which are connecting with supports such as transportation, accessibility, and that overall there's a lack of flexible supports. We heard about intentional hiring practices and that smaller employers tend to be more flexible. An individual is pictured sitting in a wheelchair at a desk saying that leadership roles champion inclusion and has a quote that says, "Self-employment allows me to make an inclusive space." We conducted our survey to understand what is happening right now. And in this environmental scan, through all of the primary data collection activities, we heard about the barriers as well. Barriers such as the people with disabilities benefits impacting income caps. We heard that community connections are key. Across all supports is a thread that's linking all the organizations, connecting with experts, providing training and education for staff can help to reduce these barriers. In particular, we have connection and supports in communities like transportation and accessibility, and that policies should include people who have a disability in the writing and the implementation of such policies in the workplace.